Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Independence Day RESURGENCE, which is one of the silliest titles in recent years. I'm surprised they didn't go with The Revenge, or something like that. That would have been really funny. So, of course, everyone knows what Independence Day is. It's Roland Emmerich's most popular film to date. And it is also one of the stupidest movies of all time. Although most would argue stupid in a fun, cheesy, over-the-top kind of way. Here's the thing. Some people hate it because I don't think it really emphasizes that as much as most other people do. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really love it or hate it. I just kind of accept it for what it is. I find certain characters in there are fun, and there's definitely a few moments that the movie has that are cool, and a few moments that are head-poundingly stupid, like when they saved that dog from the tunnel and stuff. So that was really dumb. That was a really dumb moment, but. Yeah, whatever. Just the movie overall, I'm like, it's alright. So, yeah, Roland Emmerich hasn't made a popular film in years, so now he's going back into the bucket and making a sequel to Independence Day. And apparently the plot of this one is that it's been 20 years since the invasion. We've adopted their technology. And now the aliens have returned with bigger guns to take us down. And we'll inevitably beat them again, because the aliens in the first movie were stupid enough to communicate with each other using our satellite system. Which is... Geez, people complain about the virus thing, but that's the really dumb part. The aliens communicate with each other through our satellites. What? Why? Why would they do that? Why would they pay so much attention to destroying our cities, too? Like, they don't get a clear motivation for what they're doing. Like, they see us as like, insignificant creatures or something. But, you know, like, when you think of humans, when we see things that we consider insignificant creatures, like, I don't know, dung beetles, we don't literally just go to dung beetle lairs and start destroying them for no particular reason. I guess if they set up in our house or something, but I am not sure that equivalates. But, anyway, here's the thing. Roland Emmerich's only 1 for 1 on that particular formula of just really stupid, overtly pandering kind of film. And I don't think he's capable of doing it again. So, I think this film's probably going to be horrendous. And I'm not looking forward to it in any particular manner. Like, the plot itself is interesting enough, I guess, just the fact that the aliens have returned or something and we have technology and stuff, but... in terms of movie, this is probably going to be a really, really bad one. So, yeah, not excited, even slightly. And also, for one thing, I never saw the trailer for this movie, but I remember when I'm, like, waiting outside the theaters, it is so blatant and so over the top with its trailer, just blasting the speech that the president gave at like full volume and cutting off the last line probably to show the opening, probably to show the title, like "Dom." You know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. It's so obnoxious. So yeah, let's get this over with. Right, so that was pretty much what I said. Um, so, this is gonna be a tough one. Essentially, this movie is basically, imagine Independence Day, the first movie, except revamped, rewritten, and reordered for the modern age. So instead of being completely America-centric, it's now America/China-centric, because China pours a bunch of money into our movies now. Instead of everything being bright and colorful, everything's a little dimmer. Instead of people just having normal dialogue, several characters will have weird inane chatter to themselves. It's a very 2010 thing to do that. So imagine that, like, it's the same type of thing, including all the problems of the first movie, like the fact that there's a billion friggin' characters to keep track of. And this one was the most baffling to me, because that was very, very tedious in that first film. There was like 10 main characters or something, and it was constantly cutting back and forth between them all. And it was just so annoying. In this movie, they had a kind of a chance, because like half of them aren't here anymore. But instead, they add more characters to the mix, so it feels like the original. I think that's what they were going for. So, First Lady isn't here, of course, so instead, let's have this African warlord, who we're supposed to see as a good guy, even though he's an African warlord. How about, instead of that gay guy that Jeff Goldblum hung out with, we'll have this auditor who hangs out with Jeff Goldblum and contributes nothing. How about Jeff Goldblum's dad is there again for some reason? Yeah. So, like, throughout most of the movie, I was humming the Too Many Cooks theme. Just every time another freaking character shows up. Man, it was... wow. However, whilst it carries all the original problems of the first movie, it does not have that particular spark of the first movie. It doesn't have the raw power of that final speech, of the pretty good setup, of really anything outstanding that the first film had. Instead, like... and this is kind of a good thing, but kind of not in the same way, but the movie is about 2 hours long. About an hour and 50 minutes pass by, and suddenly I realized, movie's almost over. I didn't feel like any time passed at all. You know, good thing, the movie flies by, that it was an entertaining film, but then I also realized at the same time, this is it? This is the climax? This is, well, not that great. I mean, the ending of the first film, it was ridiculous, but there was a lot of tension to it. You honestly... this, you know... maybe it helps that that their solutions are incredibly implausible, but there's almost a sense that maybe they just might not pull it off. There's that feeling, but in this film, just with the large scale of the things going on, like basically there's a Cloverfield monster stomping around and stuff, and it's after this other intergalactic alien in order to find the rebel planet or something, and just something so out there and so unrelatable that it really doesn't fit with this incredibly simplistic movie series. And it has no power like the first one did. As I mentioned, the first one ending really friggin' dumb. They flew a hillbilly into the friggin' gun. They found that its weak point is to bomb its weapon at the exact freaking second that it sets off the gun. And somehow everybody is able to take them down from there. And apparently they've amended it in this movie so the aliens were after our molten core or something? Well, why did they attack us then? Why couldn't they have just dropped their ship down and start drilling? We wouldn't have been able to stop them. That seems counter to them. And we couldn't get past their shields anyway, so what would be the point? Wow. They did not think any of this through, did they? And maybe, I'm thinking maybe the reason that the ending of this film feels so lackluster and not very conclusive is because, well, they want a third movie. They're wanting to turn this into a trilogy. The Independence Day 3 is going to come out soon. And it's a real shame, because I don't want to see another. I mean, I was mildly interested in the premise of this film, but, like, now that I've seen it, I'm like, okay. I saw it. I don't want to see any more now. So just, overall, it is an entertaining film. It's not a very smart film. It's very Roland Emmerich-y. You can tell that Roland Emmerich made this film, and all of his tropes are there. Just the fact that absolutely nothing is taken seriously, even things that probably in movies should be taken seriously. The overblown destruction that happens, taken very lightly. And the assumption that its audience is incredibly stupid. So that's all there. And I suppose if you're into that, like if you're into this 2012 Day After Tomorrow type stuff, it could work for you. But I really don't think so. I think, especially since Independence Day is by far his most popular film, I don't think this is a very good follow-up to it in any real sense. So I think even if you are into that kind of stuff, I don't think this will satisfy you very much. So I can't full-heartedly recommend it, even though I wouldn't call it a straight-up bad film. So that's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, maybe watch it if you're curious, really curious, but it's best probably that you just leave this alone. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dire Situation.